Hello, I'm Bill. I'm here to tell you about our train layout, what started me in it, and what keeps me going. But first, we got started back in the 50s when my parents put up a train layout for my brother and I in our house for Christmas. And then it continued throughout the years until after I went on to college and got married. I still put up a train at Christmas time, and then time went on, kids got older, the tree did not have a train. So lately, after grandchildren started to come into the picture, then started buying trains again for the grandchildren, and now we have a layout up all year round in the basement for them to play with and do their thing so that they get involved with the hobby of bottle railroading. And we will take you on a tour of this layout that is in the basement at the present time, which has been up probably for about 4 years. And the grandkids all continually change it around. And we are building another one, a little bit bigger one, and that will come in the future. Okay, now we briefly talked about the history of the layouts and my history. Now this was the original layout that we had, which is a 4-foot by 9-foot platform, and here you can see we have our Steeler water tower and a bunch of MTH apartment buildings, and we have a post office here. Then we come across the mountain and we are in town, and now we're at the municipal field and we're having a ball game. After the municipal field, we go into the industrial area where our Pepsi factory is, our model train store, and then we end up going back out into the country again to a little farmhouse. And as you also over here is like you see all these army tanks. The one grandson ended up starting a parade around there, and then we have another little town over there with some more MTH buildings, and then we come into the railroad where we have the general, and then we continue on back over towards the original tunnel where we started the conversation, and then we have a couple houses over there in the foreground that are like the old mining house. That's the first one. Okay, now you saw the original setup over there. Now we ended up wanting to make another little area, so we ended up putting a Lionel bridge in and over to this little 4x4 area where we're making it a little bit of another industrial area. We have a bunch of Menards buildings here, the diner, of course their sign, the FedEx building, and the Cripple Creek tractors repair shop. And as you can see, it's kind of like a mess of cars and so forth, because the grandkids have been working with it and just trying to tear some of it down to take to a new layout and trying to rearrange this area. All right, now we come to the second addition to the original layout for the other two grandchildren. As you can see, this side over here is Jurassic Park. That's for the youngest grandson. He's into dinosaurs at the present time, so he wanted Jurassic Park, so he has incorporated that half of the 4x4 section into his. Then we divided by a little mountain here, and then the granddaughter is into horses, and this is her farm. She's got her windmill and her horses in the field, Over here you can't see, but there's corn stalks, hay bales ready to go into the barn. She has a horse corral. She's riding her horse, getting ready to do barrel racing, and the farmhouse. And for some unknown reason, we have a couple jets beside the land at the farm. So that's the extension of the second addition to the original layout. And now we'll go over to our new layout that we're trying to start. Okay, we are at our second train layout. This one is just under construction. It started probably about 3 months ago. The bench work is made out of 2x4s and 1x4s, as you can see, with a 1/2 inch of plywood on top, and then we ended up putting 2 inches of styrofoam on top of that. All the joints were sealed with light coat plaster. The wide joints, I ended up trying to put a filler in here, and we have like an L-shaped layout made up with a small interior area that is open right now for access to get into the setting up the trains and the houses in the future. We do intend to put a centerpiece in there that's going to consist of a mountain and maybe a couple tracks going around, one at the base of the mountain and one on top for later on. And then over here in the cutout, we're going to have our control center, probably a few transformers and a place to put our switches. We're hoping to run at least 4 trains in here, if not 6. We'll see how things go here in the future. Then the layout basically going to be, we'd like to have a coal mine up in here and come down through towards the control center and put in a dirt racetrack that was back in my days when I used to be a young teenager. That there used to be a dirt track near my house, and I'm going to try to recreate that. And then on the long part of the L, we would like to have a city, and the 2 grandchildren will be down on the far end. The youngest one is into dinosaurs and wants his Jurassic Park. So we'll build a Jurassic Park there, bigger one than what we have over at the house. And then the granddaughter wants her farm and her horses, and she'll have her area for that. And then in the middle, as I said, we're going to build a mountain, and we're going to try to make that as a seasonal thing. Change it in the fall, the winter, spring, summer. And then the rest of it's going to be taken up with buildings and hopefully some accessories that will operate, and we can get the kids more involved in it. That is so far, that's where we're at with the layout. We'll continue later on as things progress.